Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, the doors just won't open for you? Like success, peace, and abundance are always one step ahead, but never quite within reach. Well, what if the key to everything you're chasing has been right in front of you all along? Hidden in plain sight, in a single verse from the Bible. A verse so powerful, it was used in ancient times to usher in divine presence, to open gates that were closed, and to welcome unstoppable blessings. Yet today, almost no one talks about it. This isn't just another Bible verse you've heard in Sunday school. No, this one has been quietly waiting, buried beneath more popular scriptures, ignored by most, but known by a few spiritual seekers who understand its true power. A verse that doesn't just speak of prosperity, it unlocks it. In this video, you'll discover that very verse. We'll uncover its original meaning, where it came from, and why it has the power to shift your reality. Mentally, spiritually, and even financially. You'll also learn how to apply it in your daily life in a simple yet powerful way. And here's something you won't find in most videos on this topic. We'll explore the lesser-known story behind the verse, and how its usage in ancient times held secrets many still overlook today. So stay with us till the end, because this could be the one thing that finally opens those doors you've been knocking on. One verse. One truth. One moment to change everything. Welcome to Bright Mind Within. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because here, we don't just talk about inspiration, we explore the hidden wisdom that transforms lives. Let's begin. The verse is found in Psalm 24 verse 7. It reads, "Lift up your heads, O gates, be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in." At first glance, it may seem poetic, almost mysterious. But this is more than poetry, it's a command, a spiritual call to action. Lift up your heads speaks directly to our awareness, our state of mind. It tells us to rise, to open ourselves up. The gates and ancient doors? They're not just physical structures, they represent the locked places within us. The parts of our lives that are shut off from higher wisdom, divine favor, and abundant flow. Now, here's what makes this verse even more fascinating. It's not one you hear often in everyday spiritual talk. While verses like Jeremiah 29 verse 11 or Philippians 4 verse 13 are widely quoted and shared, Psalm 24 verse 7 tends to remain in the shadows. It's rarely preached from pulpits. It's hardly mentioned in prosperity discussions. And yet, its message is one of incredible spiritual access, of letting the King of Glory come in. And who is the King of Glory? That's divine presence. It's the source of all abundance, all wisdom, all peace. So when the verse says, "Let him come in," it's pointing to something greater than us. Something that brings clarity, healing, and yes, prosperity. This isn't just about religion. It's about energy. It's about opening yourself to a frequency where things start aligning, where delays turn into movement, and where silence becomes direction. This ancient call, this forgotten invitation, carries with it the power to shift everything around you, if you let it. To truly understand the power of Psalm 24 verse 7, we have to go back to the moment it was written. This verse was part of a psalm composed by King David, likely during one of the most sacred and celebratory moments in Israel's history, the return of the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. The Ark wasn't just a religious object. It represented the very presence of God. Wherever it went, blessings followed. And when it was missing from the city, it was as if God's favor had stepped back. So imagine this scene, David, the warrior king, leading the ark back into the city with music, dancing, and overwhelming joy. The people are watching. The city gates are before them. And then, this declaration, "Lift up your heads, O gates. Be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of Glory may come in." But David wasn't just talking to wooden gates. He was speaking to something deeper, something eternal. These gates and ancient doors are symbolic. They point to our inner world. Our hearts, our beliefs, our willingness to receive. They represent the parts of us that have been closed for too long, whether by pain, fear, or doubt. And who is this King of Glory that wants to enter? It's not just a poetic title. It refers to the fullness of God, His presence, His power, His ability to restore and provide. When the King of Glory enters, things change. Obstacles move. Peace arrives. Blessings begin to flow. David knew this. He wasn't just leading a parade, he was leading a spiritual awakening. And in his words, he left behind a timeless key for anyone who feels blocked, stuck, or in need of a breakthrough. When you read the words, "Lift up your heads, O gates," it's more than a poetic image. It's a message to your soul. To lift your head is to become open, to raise your awareness, to stop living with a closed-off heart. In everyday life, we often walk through the world with our spiritual doors shut. Past wounds, disappointments, and fears become locks that keep us from experiencing something greater. But when we choose to open those doors, we invite something higher in, divine guidance, peace, and clarity. This is where true personal growth begins. It's not always about doing more or working harder. Sometimes, it's about surrendering. About saying, "I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to be led." That's when things start to shift. That's when you notice doors opening that once felt sealed shut. And what does prosperity really mean? It's often misunderstood. Prosperity isn't just about money in your bank account. It's about having peace in your mind, joy in your heart, and direction in your life. It's waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing you're aligned with something greater. Financial blessings may follow, but they are only one part of a much bigger picture. There are so many stories of people who found themselves at rock bottom, struggling with finances, relationships, or health, until they made a quiet decision to open their hearts to God's guidance. Some began meditating on verses like Psalm 24 verse 7. Others simply prayed with intention. Slowly, the fear faded. Clarity returned. Opportunities appeared. They didn't force anything, they just opened up. And that simple shift created a ripple that transformed everything around them. Psalm 24 verse 7 isn't just a verse to read once and forget. It's a daily invitation, a reminder to live with your heart and mind open to higher possibilities. When you begin each day reflecting on these words, you set the tone for how you move through the world. You're no longer walking blindly. You're stepping forward with intention, with spiritual awareness, and with faith that the King of Glory is ready to enter your life in ways you may not yet see. Start small. In the morning, before the rush of the day begins, speak the verse out loud. Lift up your heads, O gates, be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of Glory may come in. Let it become more than words, let it become your morning affirmation. Say it while standing tall, with your eyes closed, breathing deeply. Say it with belief that today, doors will open, both within and around you. After your reflection, try journaling. Write out your thoughts, your prayers, and even the emotional gates you feel are still closed in your life. Naming them helps you release them. Ask yourself, where do I need to open up today? Where am I holding back? Over time, this simple act will reveal patterns and growth. And then, look outward. Prosperity multiplies when it flows beyond you. Ask yourself, how can I help open a door for someone else today? It could be offering encouragement, sharing a helpful resource, or just listening with an open heart. Sometimes, the door we open for another becomes the one that unlocks something new in our own life. It's all connected. And the more you live in that flow, the more room you make for the King of Glory to enter every part of your journey. As we've seen today, Psalm 24 verse 7 is more than just a verse, it's a doorway to transformation. It reminds us to lift our heads, open our hearts, and welcome the divine presence that brings peace, purpose, and prosperity. When we truly embrace this message, things begin to shift. Not just around us, but within us. Each day becomes an opportunity to unlock something new, a chance to move from limitation into possibility. And it all starts with one simple act, opening the gates of your spirit and allowing the King of Glory to come in. Now we want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where opening your heart changed everything? Or have you tried reflecting on this verse before? Share your story or thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. And if this message resonated with you, be sure to give this video a like. It really helps us grow and reach more people with powerful insights like this. Don't forget to subscribe to Bright Mind Within so you never miss out on wisdom that can truly change your life. In our next video, we'll reveal another little-known Bible verse that holds the key to unstoppable faith and unexpected blessings. You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep lifting your gates, and stay open to the light that wants to enter.